seconds do I have now?
0.
-2.
Yep.
Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Brick right here on Atlanta Brick Co. TV. Let's see who we got this morning. I'm Daniel.
I'm Joe.
I'm John.
John
Wow,
is
special
joining us.
guest.
Is this your first ever morning break?
It is my first morning break. Yeah.
Nice. We're trying to get some fresh faces on here
Right.
for sure. Joe and I are stale and old
Yep.
and decrepit and withered
So
and geriatric and other synonyms for old. But this is the best place to get your Lego leaks, news, rumors, opinions, thoughts,
there's going to
pictures,
be some discussions.
discussions, all of those things. Let's see. I already said Atlanta Brick Co. TV at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time in Noonan, Georgia, in Atlanta Brick Co., the world's largest building brick toy store.
Wow.
Did I cover it all?
I think
It's
I
very
think I covered
comprehensive.
it all.
most
I
of
think I
it.
covered it all.
And what's our phone number?
Our phone number is 470-414-2208. You can reach us at info@atlbrick.com.
There it is. Perfect.
There you go.
Nailed it.
Anyways, without further ado, we usually kick things off with our Lego weeks. So why don't we start with you, Joe? What did you do in your Lego week this week?
I
And don't disappoint me.
a lot of stuff.
Sold a lot of
I
stuff.
sold a lot of stuff because we had Black Friday this week. Black Friday was really busy. It was
Oh, I thought.
super fun.
Sorry, so
No,
I thought you meant personal. So I thought you were liquidating assets.
No.
I thought you were about to flee the
Yeah,
country.
I'm running away. I have not bought anything yet, but there is a sealed D&D set that's staring at me, and I kind of think I want it, but I haven't.
Are you telling
decided
me
yet.
you didn't buy anything on our fabulous Black Friday?
Yeah, I was
deals
too busy
offered?
selling stuff to people.
Oh,
We had a set I was highly considering, which was the hyperdrive ring with the
Mhm.
expensive Django Fett.
Mhm.
It's the only Django Fett I don't have. We had it it was certified, 5% off. And I was like, man, maybe I'll bring stuff in Saturday because I was working all day Friday. I was like, I'll bring some stuff in Saturday and trade for it. It sold Friday night.
nice.
So I didn't get that, unfortunately.
Cool.
That's what I would have got. So my Lego week is sad.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Next.
How about you, John? What did you do in your Lego week this week? Did
I
you do
also-
anything you bought, built.
No,
sold?
I didn't. I didn't build or buy anything. I sold stuff as well. But it's also, I mean, yeah, I'll kind of. This is still kind of my first week back.
That's true.
So that's nice. Yeah. Although we did get store credit recently. So
To maybe spending some stuff.
yeah, exactly.
Fair.
There's some things I'm thinking about.
Nice. Well, welcome back, John. John worked here for how many years did you work here before you went to college?
Like this semester or like before I
Just
ever
in
went to
general.
college.
Like before you. I mean,
The
you
whole
worked
time
here
I've worked here is like 5 years.
5 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
So
sure
I worked at I worked here like 3 or so years before I went
And
to
then you
college.
in college. And now
Yeah,
you come
yeah,
back
yeah.
in the summer and breaks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Glad
So
to
yeah,
have
if you've been watching the channel for a while, I'm sure you would have seen John on some old stuff. So he's back for the holidays.
Yeah.
That's right.
Welcome back, John.
Thank you.
Glad to have you on the Morning Brick as well for the first time. So here on the Morning Brick, we're going to talk about
Daniel's
your
Lego
Oh yeah, I forgot. I was down in Orlando for my Lego week. Their store was an absolute disaster. No, I'm just kidding. There were just a few things that were that I straightened out down there. Helped them out with Black Friday because they had never done
Right,
Black
first
Friday
one.
before, since they had only just opened on April 1st of this year. So they didn't really know what to expect. But we had a really good day on Friday morning. It was very busy. They sold a lot of built sets.
Morning was the
fantastic.
busiest for us here too.
Yeah, surprising. I guess, people wake up after
And they're ready
Thanksgiving
to
and they
go.
still want to go
Yeah.
do all that Black Friday shopping. And then it kind of petered out actually through Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
But they sold a ton of built sets, which was great because they don't really have a continuous built set sale like we
Right.
do. And so theirs jumping from basically 0 to 30% off was a huge deal for a lot of people down there who had their eyes on things and looking to get some
Very
things.
cool.
I actually bought the least amount of things from their store that I ever have in a trip
Usually
down
you
there.
buy quite a few things.
Because they get a lot, they get different stuff.
Right,
they have
exactly.
unusual, rare, weird items and things that I'm typically into.
Mhm.
One of the only things I actually purchased from the store was a pick-a-brick container, just the
Nice.
parts that I picked up here and there. Flounder picked something up for me that he found at a thrift store or something. It was another one of the adventurers, I don't know what they're. It looks like a Happy Meal toy in like a plastic
Oh,
bag. One of
weird.
them was like a canteen.
Oh, I know
had
that one. Yes.
And
It's
Flounder
like
found me
binoculars.
the watch / compass. The one that I'm still missing, the third one is the dinosaur head flashlight, which is probably the coolest one.
Yeah, those are pretty neat. Yeah.
So everybody's got a lead on one of those on
Right.
the market. But other than that, not too much. Just helping them out down there. I think it was a successful Black Friday, and I think they'll know more of what to expect for next year.
Nice.
So yeah, it was a good week.
Cool. All right, everyone in the chat, welcome, welcome. Ben Causey, always the first to comment. So much to talk about. You are
Yeah,
right.
this is a mega news
This
day.
is going to be a long one. Grumpy Jay's in the chat. We got TT. Love the name. So happy for the new Lord of the Rings sets. Hey, we'll definitely talk about that.
Oh yeah.
Nexus is here. He's never here on the morning break, but he doesn't have work, so that's one. Also, yes, you're right. It has been so cold this week.
And I love it.
I hate it.
No, I love the cold too.
I'm a snow miser.
I just here's the thing. There's no snow. It's just cold without snow. If it was cold with snow, I'd be more okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
Brick Mom VA is in the chat.
Good morning. Troller.
Yeah.
Shorts and flip flops.
Grumpy is quite the troller. Morgan is in the chat with a standard joined. Lemur Bricks, it's freezing here. Everyone's cold. Travertine, G Storm, Mr. Pickles, Rob Claxton.
We got a ton of people in.
I
today.
know.
Look at this.
Everyone's
Nice.
commenting this morning.
T Valkyrie. Wait, did you get T? Valkyrie?
Yeah, there's still little snow, but we're making ice.
From the Great White
boy.
North, T Valkyrie. It's a jelly, eh?
Wind chill 18. Ew.
Hey, who's
I'm
your-
not jealous. Plump Daddy Bricks. Anybody else? Anybody? Ben's back in the chat. That's good. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
jealous.
Well, I had bought the canteen. I think
From
when we
here,
were both
yeah.
down. No, I think it was down there because we were throwing the disc around.
You're
and
right. I forgot about that.
I had the canteen. This time I got the. It's like a watch / compass. I don't know. I haven't opened it yet.
High of 66 here today. I'm very jealous of Morgan. That's
We're sitting at
perfect.
35.
My favorite
Yeah,
weather
that
is
sounds
60, 70s. Those
Yeah.
It's peak right there.
All right, we have so much news
Yeah, we
today.
gotta
It's gonna
start.
be a long one. Let's dive right in.
Yeah, we'll start with everyone's favorite stuff.
Take your pick, Joe.
Yeah, we'll start with everyone's favorite Barnes & Noble gift purchase.
Woof. All right. Okay. It's gonna take me a minute to find this on my list here. All right. So yes. So Barnes and Noble has been doing. We've talked about a couple of these already. They've been doing these like free giveaway builds. This one, however, is a gift with purchase. I think they had maybe done one of these prior. That was a gift with
They
purchase.
did the little. It was green, and it was like Santa dropping presents at a fireplace. I don't know
Okay.
what it's called.
So it was
that
for
last
Christmas.
year.
Yeah. Okay. And then since then, they had mostly done like free kind of
Just
build
come
and
grab
take
some.
giveaway things. So now we're back to the gift with purchase for the Christmas season. And this is going to be a $75 gift with purchase on Lego
Yeah.
at Barnes and Noble, which is kind of interesting. It's not just on
exclusively at
books or whatever.
Barnes
Yeah.
& Noble.
So kind of interesting. I mean, I'm sure you could go find an architecture set or something that you like at Barnes and Noble and get that if you're interested. It's a nice little build. Nothing too crazy. 2 minifigures is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Even some Lego gift with purchases don't come with that. But that is all we got to talk about. That
This is also another gift with purchase, I believe. We've gotten blurrier pictures, but here's a more clear
yes,
picture.
correct.
Ballerina and Nutcracker scene.
This is going to be a standard Lego gift with
Right.
purchase. Yeah, here we go. So 244 pieces. Supposedly going to be December 6th through 12th are going to be the dates for this, and $150 is the threshold.
I mean,
that
that's a bigger gift purchase, so it makes sense.
Well, I get twice as much as the Barnes and Noble one with
yeah,
half the minifigures. I would have liked to have seen the
I was
Nutcracker
about to
be
say it's
printed.
just a plain microfig, so
Yeah.
not that cool. The ballerina is good because we've only gotten one before, so there's that. But yeah, nothing crazy.
Gift with purchases don't exactly get a large allotment for new printed pieces, but that's one that I think is kind of a glaring omission there.
All right, a couple text-based rumors here: more Animal Crossing and more Sonic. Three Animal Crossing, 2 new Sonic sets. So if you're big into those new themes, they're still going. There
Yep.
you go. That's all with
That's all we got. That's all we got.
So there's that.
But summer 2025. That's still
Yeah,
a long way
yeah.
away. Most of the
That's
things.
what they're just numbers.
Yeah, most of the things we're going to talk about today are either going to be January or March.
Yeah.
So that one's still
Lots.
a ways away.
We do have a lot of pictures, but there's a couple news-based rumors like this good one.
Oh yeah,
I'm so
Joe.
excited
I know
about
you're.
this.
I know you're itching for this one.
Gandalf versus Durin's Bane book nook.
So-
Which
So
I
Durin's
wasn't-
Bane is
yes,
that is the Balrog.
That's the Balrog
Okay.
because Durin was the one who dug too deep and
Got it.
unleashed, so he was called Durin's Bane.
So now, why wouldn't they just call it Gandalf versus the Balrog? Because I feel like that's what most people know it as.
True.
Is that was it? Because they
okay
didn't want
with
to
them
confuse
calling
it with like the Brickhead set. Or,
Actually, maybe that is Gandalf and the Balrog. so-
yeah, maybe they wanted to differentiate
I
a
don't
little
know.
more.
But I like that they're calling it that because that's what it actually is. So this will obviously most likely be the scene with the Bridge of Khazad-dûm,
Yes.
which will look really cool in this. It's interesting to see what size this is. $120, so it's not going to be small.
No,
But
yeah.
I hope they put a lot of parts into the actual Balrog.
Yeah.
The bridge doesn't need a lot of parts. It's just a narrow
big bridge.
strip. So
But if it's a book nook, I'm
Exactly.
imagining sort of like a shadow box
right.
thing that you can
It's
slot
gonna be
in, kind of like a bookend.
Yeah.
I don't
Um,
really care what it. I mean, I do care what it looks like, but I will definitely be buying it.
Yeah.
Like, there's no question there.
Well, and launching new sub-theme
So
of
more
sets
book
is
nooks
huge
are
as well.
coming. Yeah, not just Lord of the Rings specifically. So
Right.
we could get some really cool stuff that way.
I also feel like with that price point, there's a lot you can do with that Balrog to make it look
Yeah,
really
120.
good.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
because I mean, one that comes to mind of kind of just a standalone creature set that they did is a while ago they did the $50 Hungarian Horntail and Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And even just with that $50 price range,
It's
it was
very
a fantastic
It's a very
Hungarian Horntail.
yeah,
So with 120, you can do a lot with this set.
very true.
And a lot of that price point shouldn't be eaten up by minifigs. I imagine some
Right.
only
Yeah,
have
true.
the one minifig.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it could come with others, but I honestly would like it to go into the parts and just have Gandalf, and that's it. That's all you need for that scene.
Yeah, I feel like worst case scenario, what could happen is they focus a lot on like the book nook part of it and like the bridge, and then kind of make the rest of the scene smaller.
Well, so I'm picturing like one of the Star Wars dioramas, which are typically what, $80 to $90
Yeah.
ish, and then the remaining $20 to $30 is two walls and a roof,
Mhm.
probably. Is kind of what I'm picturing. So
Right.
that's about what I
Morgan has a
expected.
good question. It's a book nook ability placed between books on shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to look it up because I wasn't familiar with this either. Randy immediately was excited about it. So when I looked up what they looked like, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty cool of an idea.
Think like book ends, but more like
Well, that's what I was
filler
considering.
thing.
I was like, it sounds like a bookend, but it's not. Yeah. So it's pretty neat.
Very exciting though for that.
Yeah. Lord of the Rings, yes, always exciting.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah, that could be cool if it has a light brick, but it's hard to say.
That's something I was actually going to
It
say
would
was
be
this is one that
fun.
would be great to have a lighting kit, and I'm sure
Yeah.
there will be one,
Oh,
but
yeah.
this would be a fantastic one to get a light kit as a
Oh,
commission.
Grumpy, you know what? Don't make me block you.
Put him in timeout, 30-second timeout.
Yeah, right.
All right, what do we got up next?
All right. Creator sets.
Okay, creator it is. We've got a handful of different sets. One that we already had rumored was the Pink Flamingo.
Yeah.
Actually, that
that
was
here.
not in
No, I
yep,
have that.
okay, there we go. Creator Pink Flamingo, 288 pieces, $25, and not coming out till March. So this one is a little bit later, even though we had this one as the
Right.
first rumor.
It looks cool.
These other creator sets are all going to be January.
I mean, you got those macaroni, the big thick
Yeah,
ones,
yeah.
in a different color, so that's nice.
And I always think the animal creator sets do a lot better and are a lot more interesting than any other kind
Yeah.
of creator
For
set.
sure. And our B and C models are was it
It's
some
a
kind of
bird
parrot?
and an oxalot.
Axolotl's great.
I know people are gonna like that.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
are big right now.
Now is that coral mostly? Is that what that color
It
is?
looks like it, and
Yeah.
then there's pink.
Very nice. Very
So,
nice.
yeah, good color.
Good job,
Interesting,
creator.
like on the base had like an interesting flower with the flamingo.
That's
There's
true.
kinda
It does
cool
come out the flower and then the
Yeah, they're like those
mint
fern
color.
pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
And those are the same ones that are used for the frills on the axolotl, which is just perfect parts usage.
And then you got these other 5.
Yes, so we have the aircraft race plane in the upper right hand corner there, 178 pieces for $15. All of these are going to be in January. The cute bunny in the upper left, 326 pieces for $20. The playful cat down in the bottom right, 407 pieces for $25. The space robot in the middle right, which I think is probably one of the most interesting ones here, 281 pieces for $25. So always nice and cheap with these creator sets. Typewriter with flowers, kind of an interesting juxtaposition, but I like the smaller scale of the typewriter and then kind of mixing it in with some botanicals.
Yeah.
363 pieces for $30. And then the big one, did you have this last one here? The dragon.
Yeah, no, we talked about that last week.
Oh, we did? Oh, okay. All right. Well, then just as a reminder, we don't have the picture, but the medieval dragon, the big green and
Yeah,
red one,
it's sick.
715 pieces for $60. A lot of people excited about that one.
Yeah, that was probably our highlight last week.
All of those coming in January.
All right, sometimes we save Star Wars for the end, but there's so much stuff we're going to do it now.
Yep.
This is an exciting one. I know you're excited about
Yes.
this because this is the Death Trooper and Night Trooper Battle Pack, which is an interesting name. They didn't have to do that. They could have just said Zombie Troopers, but $20 Battle Pack, assuming it's going to come with 4 figs, as they generally
I
do.
figured they were all still considered Death Troopers, even though there were.
Well, no, I would have thought Night Trooper.
Or sorry, Night Troopers, even though there were Death Trooper variants.
So, but that does mean we're going to get a Death Trooper variant,
Yeah.
which is cool because those
That's
are
awesome.
pretty baller.
Mhm.
So we'll probably get one of those, 2 of the standard ones, and then Enoch. Which
Yep.
if it doesn't come with Enoch, I'm going to
Yeah,
riot.
it's mildly concerning that wasn't listed here
Yeah.
in this text-based rumor, but we
We've
did
gotten
have
that rumor before.
previous rumors stating specifically that Enoch was going to be included. So I would be very disappointed if twice now we've had the rug pulled out
Right,
from under us on that.
that would really make me
Yeah.
upset. So build as a small patrol gunship. I don't really care. Actually, small patrol Gus ship.
Goose
Goose
ship. $20 is fantastic, though. I mean, we've had a number of $20 battle packs in recent times that have just
They're
knocked it
always
out of the park.
they're always amazing.
And they're typically what, 6 figures? So you said
the $30 ones.
or the $30 ones are 6. So how many do we get in a $20?
4. So I'm assuming 1
Yeah.
Death Trooper, 2 standards, and then Enoch.
Got it. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, exactly. But we better get an Enoch at some point.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Does a balloon really float in space? What's the context of that? I missed something.
The creator space robot, was it holding a balloon?
Oh, it was. You're right.
Oh.
That's a good. I mean,
There's no reason why it wouldn't.
I think so.
No, there is a reason why it
Because
would.
it depends on what it's filled with.
It would hover
Right.
because even if it's full of helium, the only reason helium floats is because it's
Well,
less.
that's what I'm saying. It would float. It wouldn't.
It would stay right exactly where you put it.
Yeah.
But
So I mean, yes.
helium denser than the air in space.
There's no air. There's nothing.
Well,
There's a little tiny, but there's no
But
there's
there's
no
still gravity
reference.
if you're
It's
on a
also
plane.
about gravity. So you're saying no, we can't
Maybe
get into
it's-
this. We
yeah.
have too much to talk about.
Great
Too
question.
much to talk. No, it's not. What's next from Star Wars?
This one's actually better than I thought. This is Grogu and his pram.
Correct.
Is that
Yes.
just what it's called?
Yep.
So we've gotten a buildable Grogu. This is a smaller scale, but I actually kind of like it better. Almost. I like the other one. I have the other one, but this is a nice style. They use these chunkier wedge pieces as his cloak, which worked well. I'm glad we got the frog for him to eat. That's absolutely
yeah.
amazing.
A little morbid. in that
Yeah,
thing,
I
but,
mean, it's all right.
I remember
The
after that
pram-
episode came out, a lot of people were like freaking out about like, oh, they were making a joke about like eating someone's babies and all this other stuff.
Like, it was
I
a
was thinking,
frog. It's just a frog. But anyway, the pram actually looks really good, and I like. that
Actually,
they were
sorry, that
able
was the
to-
frog lady egg one, not the one where he was actually.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
He's
that's-
just got a thing for frogs. But the pram looks good, and this is $100 set. So for a Grogu and the pram, this is a good price point. So
Yeah.
I think this is a good set.
and the one before it was 90, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, a bigger size, obviously, but with the pram, I think this is more desirable, honestly.
I think I like this one better.
Yeah.
But having 2 of them, I don't know. Remaking sets
Right.
always doesn't sit right with me sometimes.
Yeah.
So I almost wish they had just made this one and not made the other one.
Right.
But I mean, it's good. So
Yeah.
Well, I think we're frustrated with that original Grogu set because we get so many
do.
of them.
yeah,
It is a good set, but
Which-
it was overproduced.
But that means, from Lego's perspective, that it sold really well.
Right.
Lots of people bought them. They just weren't Lego people who were
Right.
invested in keeping them. A lot of people have gotten rid of them and sold them or trade them. So it worked great for Lego. We just have more than we know what to do with
There's
it.
so many built ones all the time. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
this is good. I think this will sell.
yeah, for sure.
All right, MIDI boy, it's time for your MIDI scale.
Okay. Yeah.
Later.
This is the one I'm the most
Excited?
upset about.
Oh, really?
I don't get it. I looked up what an acclimator is, and it was
It's
like,
this.
oh, it was in a couple scenes, and I'm like, I don't remember that.
I
at
don't
all.
use it. The one bridge.
I don't
Yeah.
remember it at all. It's just it's like a big wider
Venator.
Dorito Venator with one bridge. So I don't know why they didn't just make the Venator. I don't know why they chose this. I mean, I get from a certain perspective that they're using Midi-scale to make sets that they wouldn't make in a large scale otherwise, because they're a little more obscure or, have certain design challenges, as we'll talk about in a minute here with the Home One as well.
We did that one last week. I don't
Oh, you did talk about that last week? Okay,
Sorry.
great. Well, that's fine.
know.
I like the Home One a lot better than the Acclimator.
The home one we did talk about. It is very lumpy, but that's exactly what it's supposed.
And that's what it is, and I don't think it would lend itself well to a play set. Or
That's exactly what we said.
UCS,
UCS
so
would not sell well.
that's a perfect choice for Midi-scale to me.
Right.
It's a well-known ship, unlike Ethan's awful opinion.
Does
But
he like this?
he said, and I quote, that the Home One, he said, maybe one of the least iconic Star Wars ships ever or something.
Has he watched
Uh,
that 6?
I don't know. It was one of the strangest things I've ever heard Ethan
Yes,
say
but
about
the
Star Wars.
Acclimator is much more iconic.
Yeah, and that's what he said. And I was like, I had to look this up. I didn't even know
I
what that is.
straight up don't remember this.
Yeah, so I don't know. It is what it is.
It's not
it looks like a
horrible.
good Star Wars ship.
I don't love how short it is though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something I was struggling with too. Is
The stand looks huge.
how much is this going for?
50.
Okay,
So
so that's not a bad
it's not
price for
really expensive.
what it is, but
It's just
yeah,
putting this beside that executor would look kind of funky.
Mhm.
Because it's a lot narrower or a lot shorter, and it looks they're keeping the stands the same size, which is good. But because the set's smaller, it does. I don't like that.
Well, what's nice about these is with these MIDI scale ones so far, there have been a lot of rebrickable models for how to convert them into other things. So I believe the Super Star Destroyer, I think,
That one
had
has like
a handful
5.
where
Yeah.
you could convert them into standard Star Destroyers because
Right.
they still haven't made that. So I'm sure without a doubt that within a very short period of time, this will have a whole number of rebrickable models for standard Venators and other variants. So very cool.
There it is. Ben says he hopes it doesn't sell well and goes on clearance because he wants the parts.
For which one?
This one.
For this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, true, true.
Ben always has a good eye.
Those
for
have
that.
got to be stickers, though, right? You think they're prints?
I don't know. I can't think about it right off the top of my head, but
Yeah.
the mini scale might be ones that are prints, not stickers.
No, because the Invisible Hand had at least a couple small stickers.
I didn't get that one.
It had a little Separatist logo and I think some stripes.
But will you get it?
Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah,
I mean, I
'cause I know
said
you
pretty
wanted to
early on
collect
I'm
them.
going to be a completionist for MIDI scale, but
Star Wars mini scale.
right, Star Wars MIDI scale.
That helicarrier.
Including the awful overpriced helicarrier.
Oh, that's still
Star
so
Wars MIDI scale.
disappointing.
Yeah, thank you for saving my bacon there. Jim.
Yeah, no, I finally saw that one in person and like it less.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not good.
All right, 2 more Star Wars things.
I have.
Well, one's text-based, one's a picture.
You can go ahead and say that one.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, Plo Koon fans. Apparently, Plo Koon Starfighter is going to be a microfighter.
I
You didn't
did
hear
not
about
see
this?
that.
You didn't hear about this? Yes,
What
the
a
Plo
check.
Koon Starfighter is actually a microfighter. So, yeah, I don't know. Unless it's a second rumor and you're getting a playset and a microfighter, I don't know. I saw from at least a couple different sources that it's actually a microfighter.
I'm gonna look at that. Real quick.
So pretty disappointing, but it means we're still getting the minifigure presumably, which is what most people were excited about.
yeah. But the Starfighters have been one of the best parts of the recent
Yeah.
Star Wars sets, in my
I
opinion.
mean, and they just did the
Yeah.
Jedi Bob one.
And the Ahsoka one's so cool.
Oh, the Interceptor.
Yeah.
Yep. Pretty sad, but that is the rumor as I saw it. You can try and find it, but there's so much. Yeah, there you go. Yep. So you get Plo Koon and his astromech droid, just the head. So no
So
big body.
that makes less sense after I show you this picture.
Yeah, exactly. Which is why we thought they were coming out together
I
because it
thought they
made
were going
sense
to pair
together.
together. This is the ARC 170, which looks fantastic, and you can even see a little Plo Koon in the background. It's Starfighter
So fun.
because that's who actually kills it.
It's fine. They've done enough Starfighters in recent years that you could just, recolor
Listen,
one.
I have Plo Koon Starfighter, the original one.
Do they only do one version of that or 2 versions?
No, just one.
Yeah, one.
But I'm still disappointed.
Yeah.
I have the other one, but this could have been such a cool remake. At least we're still
Anyway,
getting a Plo
speaking of cool remakes, ARC 170,
Yeah, right.
497 pieces for $70. This is, subject like anything else in Star Wars to a little bit of shrinkflation. The builds are
Yeah.
getting smaller, the pieces are getting smaller, so they're getting a little more detailed. But $70 for 497
Right.
pieces seems a little.
I was gonna. How much is it? 70.
$70.
Yeah, that is a little high. I do
just about
for
5.
the parts count. I do like what they did, and I think it looks like the ARC 170, and this will be one because it's smaller. You could get multiples of and have a fleet.
Yeah. And you get a lot of minifigs.
Yeah,
and you
here's
get
the
3
figs.
figs and the droid.
They look great.
Yeah.
And they're all individually different helmets, which is really.
Yeah.
they
Oh, I
could
love
eas-
the helmets.
They could have easily given us the same one, and they gave us more originals. And the astromech's good.
Go back to the box picture. I believe one of the rumors had told us that these were named characters. I don't know if if they actually named them on the box.
They are named Hardball or Oddball is one of them.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Pilot Jar maybe, and then one of them is just Clone Pilot.
Okay.
So which one is?
Nice to get some unique prints for named
I think
characters.
this one's
Whether or not
Hardball
Lego
or
Oddball.
Oddball. Sorry, Oddball's the one on the far right.
All right, we got to keep rolling.
They're too scared to recreate Plo Koon's death scene. Yeah, honestly, maybe. Yeah.
Okay. And
With how small this one, the microfighter might go with it well.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
Relatively.
Yeah, that's kind of my
Relative scale
There
wise.
you go, Daniel.
Oh, geez. All right, Marvel time. This is
We have talked about this, but this is a more clear picture. This is the
Captain America
Civil
Civil
War.
War Battle is what they're calling it, not
Yeah.
Airport Battle. So this interesting kind of hybrid sort of diorama scene that Marvel has been doing lately. I think we had seen a blurry picture of this already, knowing that the Ant-Man was going to be more of a buildable figure rather than like a minifigure style, sort of like the first one or anything else. I think this one's kind of missing the mark for a lot of people because it's basically a buildable figure, a bunch of plates for landscape, and some other useless junk in the background, and then like a weird MIDI scale.
Yeah, don't like that either. Quinjet.
Quinjet, yes, thank you.
Yeah, I really don't like anything about this.
Yeah, I
And
don't
I
know
like-
if they're targeting adults or kids with this.
Yeah,
All of the Marvel dioramas are just kind of this weird sort of hodgepodge of stuff. I mean, I think they look, I don't want to say they look more like mocks, but it's like more of a mock building of style rather than like a nice, clean, polished
Mhm.
diorama like
Yeah,
you get
it's,
with
the minifigures make the scene. Without the minifigures, it's a terrible. It
literally,
looks
there's
so
a
bad.
picture on Lego.com of just everything off of it, and I was like, why are you putting that out there? It looks so bad.
It's something that I can immediately tell when we get it traded in. It's basically going to be
bulk.
bulk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Because there's no substance to it.
it's just parts.
Yeah.
So
The Star Wars dioramas have substance to
yeah,
it. The well, on the other hand, the like Star Wars Obi-Wan, the big
yeah.
gray
no,
rock
that's
slab,
not
like,
a diorama.
that's that yeah.
Another thing with this is, the figures. They're not really that unique.
Right.
You know, like the Spider-Man's one, we haven't gotten that style in a while. So there's that. But most of these are ones we've gotten a version of that's basically the same for a while. So it's
Right.
nothing crazy.
Marvel's pretty heavily relying on figures to carry them right now, and
Yeah.
they're just kind of getting stale and repetitive.
Yeah.
Right.
Same thing with the Marvel logo.
Oh gosh, we'll get to that.
Yeah. But anyway, $100 for that for 736 pieces.
All right.
Not great.
Here's I like that Marvel gives vehicles to people who definitely would never use vehicles.
Ooh.
So here's Venom's car.
Which one? Yeah. All right. Yeah. This is the where is it? The Spider-Man versus the Venom muscle car.
It's not even that muscly.
Yeah.
I
Whatever.
mean, yeah, it's got it.
How much is this going for?
$30.
Outrageous.
254 pieces. January 1st.
The only good thing about this set is a new Spider Woman.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were gonna say the spider web mold.
Those are nice.
All right,
All right.
I'm not gonna say this car is good, but I actually do like them just randomly giving cars to the.
I mean, sometimes they're fun cars.
The only
Especially
good
the
one we've
Venom
ever
sets,
got
I
is
like
the
the Venom sets a lot.
Mobile.
See, that was great.
I
love
like
that.
the Miles one because it's actually kind of a sick looking
Exactly.
car.
That's what I'm saying. Like this one is not that good,
But
especially for
sometimes they have
$30. But
Do you have the other car?
This one.
Yeah, the Iron Man car
This one's worse.
and
Yeah, that
Black
is-
Panther versus Red Hulk.
So the one sad
strange.
thing that I don't have is the opposite side of his face, which is actually really good. You can kind of see it in the picture of the set in the bottom right of the set picture. It's got sunglasses and a mustache
Oh, okay.
because I guess
Oh, I
it
think I
actually
did see a
draws
close-up of
style.
that. Yeah,
So,
yeah.
it's pretty cool. I didn't get a close up, but
Yeah,
this is not good.
this doesn't make any sense. Iron Man, Tony Stark has tons of cars. Give us
He
more
doesn't need an Iron
like
Man car.
his classic
Yeah.
cars. I guess this is more like
And
comics
what the
style.
heck is Black Panther driving?
Three
Three pieces?
Chitari
Yeah.
like outright.
Looks like 4 parts.
Yeah, I don't know. Strange.
And,
All right,
and then Red Hulk.
295 pieces for $35. This basically sounds like a 4+ pricing.
Yeah, and it looks like 4.
Yeah, January. All right, next.
Yeah, there's no more cars for that. Now, you want to talk about a good car? Talk about that car.
Oof. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
it's actually I like this.
I'll give you that one. This
This is actually a breakthrough right here.
Miles
our
Morales
first-
versus the
Our first
Or no,
Spider-Verse.
wait,
Yes, this is our first Spider-Verse set.
Correct. Yeah.
So this is very exciting. So,
4 minifigures here.
yeah, what's the price point on this? 40.
Price point on this is $50.
I was hoping it's 40, 50.
Little steep
It does come with 4 figs.
for 375 pieces.
I will definitely get this one.
Yeah, a great minifig.
It comes with a pony card.
Miles' dad. I think
Yeah.
it's
I know it's PDNY,
PDNY.
yeah, but it almost looks like pony. I think
It
that's
does.
fun.
It's a nice style of like more older kind of
Right.
classic police car.
Here's
We've got a
little
couple
bit
of those,
closer up
like
on-
the Gotham City Police Department
Right.
cars are kind
Yeah,
of
that's
with
true.
the lighter colors.
which is cool. So
Yeah.
good figs. The Miles, it's hard to tell because it's very dark. The detailing on him. So far, I'm just not that interested in him. The spot looks exactly like he should.
Okay, perfect.
And
Super
then-
easy to make. I don't know why they didn't do it sooner.
Right. I'm really glad they gave us Miles' dad. I
Yep.
forget his Officer Morales.
That sounds right.
And he's really a great character, and I didn't expect to get him, so it's nice to get him with his car. And then, of course, getting a Spider-Gwen is cool,
For sure.
and the scene is just fun.
We got 2 left. Marvel.
Well, we do have a couple things right here.
Oh, I didn't even write these down.
So we did talk about the one on the left last week with the actual dinosaur versions. You got Spider.
I don't know what's
Dino.
going on with Spidey and his friends, the TV show.
Spidey
But
Raptor against Goblin Raptor versus Miles the Stegosaurus.
yeah, they're in some weird, deep multiverse
Yeah,
territory
I
here.
don't really
With
know.
what seems like a pretty innocent kids show. So maybe we need to start paying attention
we
to
should
Spidey
watch
and his
it.
friends.
So yeah,
It's actually super cool.
This could have greater ramifications for the multiverse at large.
there's all this stuff, guys. So yep.
Yep. Okay. Next.
Are you talking about these mechs?
Yeah, mechs. 2 mech sets. Yep. So Spider-Man mech versus Anti-Venom, 107 pieces for $15, and Iron Man mech versus Ultron, 101 pieces for $15. So nice continuations of mechs. Nothing too crazy to write home about.
Don't really understand why you give Iron Man a mech.
Yeah,
This
he
is what
a mech.
He is
Second or
that's what I'm
third?
saying.
So is Darth Vader, but that didn't stop
That's
them.
true.
Right.
So they're mechs are mechs. Kids like mechs. Whatever. All right. What's
Hang
up
on.
next?
There we go. Marvel Comics has a place called Savage Land where there are dinosaurs.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
I actually
Okay.
did know about that, but I didn't realize
All right.
that's
Yeah.
what that was.
So these mechs, we always go mechs, gross, whatever. But look at the figs from these mech sets.
That
Iron
is
Man,
true.
cool,
I
whatever.
still don't like these Iron Man
But this-
helmets.
But the Ultron looks so good.
Is that not the same Ultron we've had in anything?
No, I mean he's
Okay.
updated for sure. I like this color they use. They only use that on one of the other ones. They use pearl dark gray on the other ones. But this one looks so good. I think
great.
that's fantastic. And then a brand new fig we've never gotten, Anti-Venom.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks kind of sick.
That's great.
Yeah. It's really
Surprising
simple
for a kid's
printing,
set.
but it looks really
Yeah,
good.
freaky, super
Yeah.
freaky, but cool.
Very dark.
So yeah, I don't really know anything about Anti-Venom. I don't understand what that means.
Yeah, I don't know.
So yeah, but a cool fig. So that's to recap our Marvel. I have a picture of all those figures for you
Yeah,
as well.
there's some nice close-ups.
So we looked at the Marvel logo last week, but here is the bottom 4
That
here,
Red Hulk's nice.
and then for some reason I don't know. I guess that might be the same Black Widow that's up top there. But the bottom 4 are the ones from the Marvel logo.
Mhm.
This is a different Hulk. You can tell because of his hairy chest.
I think those are just. Is it here? Oh yeah, it's here. All right.
Anyway, this is a new Hulk, but it's still a minifig Hulk, so not that crazy.
Yep.
The Thor was one I thought was just a basic Thor, but this has actually got a new torso print with the lightning like going across it, which is pretty cool actually. Iron Man, I could care less. The best fig though is that Captain America, because that is the Captain America from the first Avenger.
Yeah.
Not the first Avengers movie. Captain America, the first Avenger.
Yeah.
So we've never gotten a fig from that ever. So that's really exciting to get. I'll pick him up when we get him, but the logo itself not good. And then all the other figs we just talked about. The top left side going across, that is the ones from the airport battle. So, a good selection of figs. An updated Bucky. I don't like his face. I love his outfit, but not the face. And then the Falcon looks all right. Same with the Spider-Man. They're all good, but nothing crazy.
All right. Next theme.
Well, DC.
Yeah, that makes sense. I only have 3 things for DC.
Yeah, I also only have 3 things.
So first up, we got the Tumbler versus Two-Face and Joker. I think the new Joker print is. I mean, the Tumbler's a Tumbler. I mean, whatever. It's
Yeah,
nice
it's a good tumbler. It's about the same as the one from 21.
Minifigs, I think, are what most people's interested in here. Joker returning to the full jacket version
Not
from
the best
from like the original large UCS Tumbler. So nice to see that kind of outfit version for him again. And then this is for sure the best Two-Face to date.
Yeah, look,
getting,
Harvey Dent, baby.
I believe, a brand new hair mold, unless they
I
use
doubt
that
they're
for-
using it for some stuff, but it is a new
Yeah,
part.
but it works great for him.
Yeah.
And then the face printing and detailing, I think, is the most
Yeah,
accurate version that we've gotten so far, for
Right.
sure.
we finally actually got one based off the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah.
And yeah, like you said, the Joker's good. Honestly, the Batman, I don't like it.
It's the cowl. just is not
I
look good.
think
It
that
looks
cowl-
like a juniors.
I think the
or
cowl
something.
works good for the 1989 version, but not this Christian Bale version.
I mean, I'm still glad that they're trying something different.
I
You know,
agree.
trying to get
I
the
have
white
one. I don't need
in
it.
the eyes rather than giving him that headband on his face, which always kind of
Was a weird.
was strange to
thing,
me as a kid.
I don't like this cape for Batman either, because Batman does have a large, flowy cape, and this like molded piece is kind of narrow. I just don't think it works for him.
I agree.
Just
with
my
that.
2
I think
cents.
the villains for sure are what's
Right. I mean,
Yeah.
the set, if you want it, get Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
Like that's what you get.
$60 it's going to be for that one with 429 pieces. That's a January set.
Hey guys, I got one more mech.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
wahoo! All right, Superman mech versus Lex Luthor, $15 for 120 pieces, so pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Pricing structure as the other ones.
But you're getting 2 figs.
Yeah, the
And
thing
the
I
Lex
was
Luthor's pretty good.
the thing I was most excited for here was the Lex Luthor for
Yeah.
sure. So the armor piece is a little, underwhelming, given that we've got some really cool armor pieces in the past. I think this is the same one that was maybe on a video figure a while back.
Yeah.
But I'm sure once we get a close-up picture of that torso and leg printing, I think that's going to be the stand-up parts of this fig here for sure.
That's a good point. The triangle Superman logo. That's probably
Yeah,
that's
that's
gonna-
useful.
People are
I
gonna like
noticed
it.
that, but that's
Yeah,
really
they need
cool.
it.
Most of the mechs have just the square printed
Right.
tile on the front, but that's interesting that they bumped it out to do that.
That is pretty
Instead
cool,
of just putting
actually.
it on there. Good eye.
Well, that's what Ben Kazi does.
For sure. Drop that Ben Kasi parts pack emoji.
All right, here's your 4+ DC set.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Batman versus Mr. Freeze 4+, 63 pieces for $20.
You don't care about the set. That's fine.
No,
It's about the figs.
It's about the Mr. Freeze.
Here's all the DC figs from that wave we just talked. So the Lex Luthor, like I said, I like that. Looks cool for what it is. Mr. Freeze.
Oh yeah, there's that Lex. Okay, so Lex Luthor printing is pretty good there.
Yeah, for me, the
They
two
gave
standouts are definitely the Harvey Dent and Lex Luthor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Harvey Dent is perfect. So yeah, there's your DC
Is that
guy.
is that Mr. Freeze or like the animated series
I
version?
don't
I
know.
don't know if we've gotten him before or not. Because we've been getting a lot of the kind of. It's hard to say.
Yeah.
We've been getting a lot more different versions of Mr. Freeze over the years, but I think this one may be a new version. That is it for DC, though. What do we got next?
That's so funny. The only fig with land printing. Yeah.
Oof! Yikes! Good point, man.
That's tough.
Hey, he looks great though. I like
He
that.
does,
I like
yeah,
that
he
Lex
does look
Luthor
And
a
toe
lot.
printing.
I'm sure I'll pick that up when he comes in.
All right, we've got a couple Jurassic
Oh yeah,
World sets. This is a text-based rumor, but an exciting one.
yeah. I
T-Rex
think so.
skeleton for $250.
Right, a
Released in
direct to
March
consumer set.
25. So that's coming in a couple months. So we'll probably get pictures within the next month or two. Anytime they do a big set like this,
Mm-hmm.
it looks good.
I mean, this could be huge. I don't even know, necessarily how much tie-in it's going to have with Jurassic Park or Jurassic World. If this is more gonna be
Yeah.
like an icons kind of
For
stuff.
reference, $250 was the retail price of the gate with the dinosaur.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
Yeah. All
This
right.
could be really
it
cool.
could be sick.
I mean, the thing I was pulling as a reference was the Ideas fossil skeletons, and
Yeah.
that was like really cheap.
that
but you
retails
got
for like $60.
3 dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're talking something.
It's
huge.
gonna be
Especially-
big.
Since skeleton parts, you don't need to fill in the whole T-Rex.
Exactly.
Yeah, you could do a lot with that.
I think it could be highly detailed.
Yeah.
I mean, we've already got that cool I pictured here, just the head,
Mhm.
the skull. But I think the skull for that one could be that size or bigger.
Yeah. It very well
It's
could
got to
be.
be bigger.
I think it's gonna be
Speaking of
huge.
cool fossils, Little Edie.
Little Edie, the T-Rex from what is this? It's not Camp Cretaceous. What's the other show?
No,
What's the other Jurassic World show? I don't know. Something else. Some other kids show. Anyway,
Anyway,
317 pieces for $25 coming out in January.
right.
If you want a little Edie, now you're able to
It's
get
a great price on the set, to be honest.
How much you say?
$25.
Not bad. I think it's funny. I like that his name is Little Edie. That's
Yeah.
just the best part about it.
Yeah. I guess this kind of goes with that. What was the other one we had? It was a
It's a little
Ankylosaurus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and Kylo, like Kylo Ren.
Yes. And then our last one here is the dinosaur fossils
This one's cool.
Triceratops skull.
Going with that
Could be
T-Rex skull.
for sure. This one is 468 pieces for $45, so pretty good on the price point.
Yeah. also get this like really cool
Yeah, little side
archaeological
build.
dig looking thing where you kind of have brushed away the bones and you can see the backbones as well as the skull there. So I think that's really a neat
That is
thing
neat.
they added in.
You get a little minifigure, presumably
With the logo on the chest.
logo on the
That's
shirt,
thick.
that's a
actually.
great
That's a
concept.
big deal.
You get the name plaque. The head itself, I don't know, is not really quite working for me. It feels a little underwhelming on the parts. I don't know. I mean, like the sculpting is good, but it looks like it's like not quite finished off for me. I don't.
Just like right here.
Just like a lot of exposed studs and like weird gaps and angles and
Fair
then
enough.
kind of contrasting with the horns, which are just like 3 pieces.
I'm also not a big fan of the way they use the colors. That
Chaos
nougat
Theory.
color they got going in there.
Yeah. Chaos Theory. Thank you, Lemur Bricks.
Also,
That's
Morgan, this is like the best comment ever. Lil Edie is my rap name.
That's good, Morgan.
Yo, Lil Edie in the house.
That is gonna do it for Jurassic World. All right, what's next?
Let's travel to another world, a wizarding world.
Another dimension. Ooh, yeah! Finally got the.
I know.
back
I was like, I
pictures.
gotta show people this because we've
Oh,
talked about
Malfoy,
for a
man.
couple weeks getting the back side of this,
Yeah.
and it's actually better than I thought.
Just as a refresher, this one is going to cost $150. But yeah, I think they nailed pretty much most of what we expected there to be. So
Yeah.
on the main floor, you've got the big long banquet table with Nagini crawling on it. You do not, however, get the what was it,
You
the
can-
Muggle Studies
You
professor.
can definitely modify this with a
Uh-huh.
translucent bar piece and a custom minifig
Yeah.
hovering above it,
We got the nice big fireplace. We've got the chandelier, which you can
which
drop.
you can drop, which is very
Because you can move that banquet table out of
Which
the
is nice,
way
yeah.
to give the big open floor plan where you can play that scene out. And
And
then
the
of course you've
dungeons.
got the dungeons with some jail cell doors. And
Pretty
then
good.
kind of I guess I don't know, like a callback to it reminds me of like Monster Fighters
The Orient?
and yeah, Monster Fighters and Hidden Side where they just had like random rooms with like different spooky objects. So they just kind of filled out these towers. You've got an organ in one.
A toilet, very spooky.
Yeah, oh, is it a toilet?
Yeah, look, there's a
Where?
toilet.
Oh yeah, it is a toilet.
It's a gothic looking
What's
toilet.
in the
Yeah,
upper-
that's
what's
kind
in the upper left?
It just looks like a desk, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. And then
No, I
bottom
think
left,
it's a
you've got
chair
like
of some
a
kind.
keg or something with some water spilling
Yeah.
out. I don't know. Just sort of random infill details, which I think is kind of what you have to do with something
Yeah.
like this.
I was actually really excited for this set when it was coming out, but I've now seen all these pictures.
Did you see the front of it?
I did see the
Okay.
front of it.
It's
It's a
nice
little
to the front.
underwhelming for me.
Fair.
And the backside, like you guys were saying, does have good details, but I don't know.
Fair.
I mean, for me, this is kind of reminiscent of like the Darth Vader's castle. So like on the inside, it's very much like a playset, and there's scenes, and
Yeah.
there's figures, and there's stuff for
Right.
kids. But from the front, it's really not a bad display.
Exactly, yeah.
You know, it can stand alone on a shelf and be a nice presentable thing, which I think is a good balance for Lego to do when they're trying to market to both kids and adults, as opposed to kind of specifying which one.
Yeah, that's a very good point. They're very cool paintings attached here.
Yeah.
For sure. Yes. Yeah.
For parts.
Assuming those are gonna be
They
stickers,
got
but
I feel like all their paintings have been stickers in the
Yeah,
past.
most likely.
yeah. Still disappointed Lucius Malfoy doesn't get a special snake wand, but I want to say
That would
in
be cool.
those like the new wand packs where there's like an
Yeah.
assorted one, I want to say there is one that kind of looks like
Looks
a
like that.
snake head, but I think they still only come in like brown and tan and nougat or something. I don't
Not
think they
black.
did a black. I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody could double check me on that.
Right. I agree with you there, Ben. I mean, we were all very worried when we saw the front and saw how thin it was without being able to see anything on the back.
Yeah, it is.
It's much better than I thought. It
Very
was.
shallow.
Yeah. So that's just the beginning of our Harry Potter travels.
Yeah, we got a handful of other things too.
All right, another class, Charms class with
Yeah.
old Flitwick, not young Flitwick.
Old Flitwick, yes.
Who came
um,
before?
Right,
Young
yes.
Flitwick.
This is
I love that they always alternate between which version of Flitwick
Yeah.
they do.
Hey, at least it's accurate to the
Exactly.
movie. You know.
Yeah. So this isn't a very exciting set in
it's a
general.
little redundant.
It's just a little classroom with some figs. However, they did make it where it could be inserted into another set. So you fold it up and put it inside of another set.
Do we have? Oh,
What? Oh,
So
interesting.
the set is this, the
Yeah,
flying
okay.
license.
Crazy.
So yeah, I mean, it's like I said, this one not very exciting, but at least you can attach to this one, which is more exciting actually.
that's a great.
This
set,
is-
opinion.
They made one of these that was a Target exclusive in 2019
Yeah.
or 20,
Which was also a good set.
which was pretty good. That's the one that came with the Golden Professor Coral,
Mm-hmm.
which was good.
See that one a lot. It
Yeah.
must have sold well.
But this is a little bigger than that, honestly.
So
and
go back
I
to
think it looks pretty
Go
good.
back to the changing thing. Okay, so there's stuff stored in there already in
Right.
this set.
Yeah, so you can pull that
The
out.
British
put
supplies
that
is
in.
another thing. So if you're storing that thing in there,
You just
then now you have nowhere else for those other things to go.
womp womp.
So it's not like they just left a hole for it so that you could combine all
Right.
your sets. You're still gonna have leftover stuff.
Yeah, I don't.
Again,
That
I don't say I
platform.
love it, but at least they did something with it.
It's an interesting concept.
Yeah. But this is a good set. This comes with, of course, you got some young characters. The other side of his face, Lucius, nope,
Nope,
the other
Draco.
that's the one. It's really funny. You can kind of see that on the box. It looks, from the pictures I've seen in the renderings, it looks like a fake Lego head, but
Oh, really?
I don't have a clear picture of it. It just looks kind of strange.
Interesting.
Then you, of course, have, I think it's Madame Hooch, the teacher. I
Yeah.
don't know who
I
this
feel like we
lady
haven't
is.
had her since in a while.
It's the last flying lessons.
Yeah.
I wish
They
she
did
would.
include her. And she looked about the same, she looks great.
Yeah.
You've got, of course, Neville struggling up top. I don't know who this lady is.
McGonagall.
Is it?
Yeah, because she
Yeah.
looks out the window when
Oh,
Harry's
you're right.
flying, and that's when she puts him on the
Yeah,
team.
I just didn't look at it closely.
Actually, go back to the swapping thing one more time. Okay, I was thinking that upper level
Was
maybe
her
was going to be her
office.
office because that's the window she's looking
I don't really
out.
know what it's supposed to be.
I can't tell. It's just like a cup and a candle. I don't know. Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Oliver Wood is great.
And his outfit is unique too.
Just kind of like a black turtleneck, isn't it?
It's hard to say, yeah, but it is more. It's not just standard school clothes.
Minor thing, but I'm really happy about it. Getting the Technic ball in dark red, I think might be new for the Quaffle. I feel like we've only ever had it in standard.
That's
red, but
cool,
dark red
actually.
is really more accurate.
Yeah, it is. That's
the real
nice.
the real finishing touch would be if it had a little Hogwarts seal printed
That would
on
be
it, but I
wild.
doubt it does.
I'd be shocked.
I like that they did the statue with the spear on top, and then the like what do you call it, like the brazier thing below where Neville gets caught. However, I feel like the statue on top didn't he have crossed swords? Because the bludger like flies through it at one point.
Maybe I don't.
That sounds right.
I'm sure you're right.
Or
It probably
the
would have just not looked as cool if they just had like
I
with
guess.
Lego. It's just gonna be out here instead of like up.
No, you can do cross swords.
It just
I've
would.
done it before.
It'd be interesting for Lego
I
to
don't
display.
All right, we gotta move faster. All right. Anyway, sorry. Flying lesson was 651 pieces for $80 January.
Mhm.
The Charms class was 204 pieces for $20 in January. This is the Night Bus Adventure. This is
Another one.
this is really beating a dead horse, Lego. I don't really have anything to say about this. I think they're getting worse at this point. There's no shrunken head.
There is a new fig. She's not pictured. She's inside it.
It's just a random.
It probably is one of the
I think
witches
she's called
inside the
Night
bus.
Witch or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you get the Grim as a dog, which is kind of
Right.
cool. I don't. Have we ever had a printed Grim dog in the?
Well, I don't know if
one maybe.
he's. I think he's just a standard looking dog, but he's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Anyway, 499 pieces for $50. This one's coming out later in March.
Oh, there you go. So they did make the dark red in the 20, that little Quidditch trunk
Oh,
set.
okay.
So,
All right.
I mean, it's newer still.
Good to know, Ben. Thank you for checking on that.
Also, he said the one pack does come with the one that looks like Snakehead.
Does it come in black though? That's what I
doubt
wanted
it,
to know
yeah.
because I feel like they've only come in like the warmer tones, the brown, the tan, the nougat maybe. Anyway, and one more, and this is actually the best one of the
This
wave.
is the most exciting one.
Yeah,
The dueling glove.
yeah.
Look at him. He's beautiful.
The only time they made this, I think, was in the original Chamber of Secrets wave, and it was literally like a gray slab
It
with
was
like
not-
two trap
It was
doors.
not exciting. And didn't it come with the green? What's his name?
The green block.
Yeah.
Yes. The green.
Yeah.
Very green.
Yeah. This is great.
I
Finally
love
getting
this
that nice
block
pattern
art
on the
too.
top. These, honestly, I was trying to look at them closely in the renderings
Oh
earlier
yeah, see, this is the same
to see if they were prints.
Draco. His
Really does
face.
kinda look
Yeah,
fake.
it looks like a fake Lego face.
I was trying to see if these were prints or if they're stickers. I'm still undetermined on it. It's hard to say.
It is hard to tell from
Since they're symmetrical, it would certainly be more feasible that it would be a print.
I would
But
hope
still
so.
no guarantees.
Something else I like to see is that Snape is late printing again because that has not been
Yeah.
a thing for a while.
That's very
It's something they
true.
easily cheap out on because he's
Exactly.
mostly black. But nice addition. The highlight here, as
Gilderoy
always, is the Lockhart.
He's so good.
We've got this nice, like, I don't know, I guess it's like a fencing
Yeah,
style
with
like the
yeah.
stitched
well, it's like
vest.
and then you fold over again
Right.
all the way. Yeah.
Like stitched vest, you got a nice little like crest on there, and then one of the new molded capes
And,
in
like,
sand green.
Like that looks so good.
That is
I'm just not a fan of the molded capes. I wish we had gotten that in the cloth.
I mean,
You
fair.
can sub it out.
Yeah,
There's
that's
been
true,
green
that's true.
capes.
Yeah,
Are
only
they
on
exclusive to
yeah.
the Ghost?
Uh-huh.
Oh, geez,
No,
Lord of the Rings.
only
reference.
exclusive to the two guys. The king has a dark red, so it's literally only on two.
Oh yeah. But still, tough. $25 for that one. I mean, it seems a little steep considering the build is very small, but like 4 minifigures. So I don't know what else they would have done to beef this up. Maybe the fireplace is kind of a waste of parts, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Nougat and reddish brown. Okay, good to know. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah. I mean, Lima Ricks, you have a point here. Perfect opportunity to use the magic blast, but honestly, I think this was a better idea because it just kind of is a small power blast, and they don't have to include a whole bag.
They weren't really doing crazy spells.
Yeah.
And you get the snake
Which
too.
is
Is that like dark tan?
It looks dark tan, which is cool.
Nice color for that. If that's new, I'm not sure.
Yeah, this is totally worth it just
yeah.
for Gilderoy Lockhart.
Yeah, I mean, 158 pieces to $25 is a bad
Four
price per
mini
piece,
figs.
but
Four
you
mini
got to
figs is what
consider
does
a
it.
mini figs.
Right. One thing for Harry Potter, this is from the Diagon Alley micro set.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is all of the minifigs we're getting, so it's a total of 12.
Honestly, was having a really hard time trying to name who all these people
All right,
were.
so here let me try. I'll start at the bottom because
Twins.
Fred and George, and then obviously Harry's above them.
Yeah.
Above the other twin is obviously gosh, what's this? The
Ollivander.
Ollivander.
Yeah.
Um,
We got more Weasleys down here.
this is Ron with the stripes.
Yeah, I'm
His
guessing.
dad is beside
I'm
him.
guessing Molly on the right and Ginny in the middle with the aqua.
I think
I think it might be.
you're
Vice versa?
Yeah.
I think Molly's in
I don't think
the
Molly ever
lighter
looked
color.
like that. It's
I know, but the other one looks more like Jenny.
the
And then
same face.
and
They're all the same face.
then, either Draco or Lucius.
I'm guessing Lucius.
Lucius
This
looks
is
like
the long
Lucius.
trench
Yeah.
coat and the tie.
Who was the one in the pink above?
I
Did you
guess
say?
I can't.
I
figure
don't
it out.
recognize that person.
That
So
could
it's
just
probably
be
a shop owner,
miscellaneous Dark Wizard.
just a shop owner. And then I don't know about the other two over here. So
Yeah, no idea.
one looks like a Slytherin. So
I'm not even sure about the bottom left. I don't think that's.
I think that's his dad.
That's gonna be his dad.
I don't think no, because look, he's got like
Arthur.
these little
I
like
think that's
long
Arthur.
hair.
Maybe it's
Think
one of those.
Or maybe his brother or something.
Anyway,
Yeah. So there's those. That's some, and they're all unique.
They look
though.
great, yeah.
Yeah, except I like that the Fred and George are their hair's going the opposite way, so they're.
I know. I noticed that.
Because they could have just done it exactly the same. Actually,
Yeah.
no, the
The
coats
vests are different.
too. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got different like pins.
So I like that they gave them slight variations because they could have just doubled that one.
They could have for sure.
No Hermione. Yeah, I don't.
Well,
Maybe this one's Hermione.
no. The one on the bottom left, maybe.
That?
No. way.
You
No.
don't think so?
No.
Well, there's little long hair things coming
I don't
down.
think that if it is, it's bad.
Well, yeah.
But even the other girls don't have that long hair.
Yeah.
It look
Well,
more like.
I don't know. Almost looks like Remus Lupin.
Again,
Alright.
yeah, I have no idea what they're supposed to be. I can't wait to find out. All right, we're gonna talk about your favorite stuff because we can go through this quickly.
Yep.
Technic.
Technic. Okay, big long list, and we're gonna just rattle them off.
Red
here.
Bull.
I love that. Yes.
Yeah,
That
this
actually
one-
looks good.
I like the Red Bull cars they're doing.
They're good color scheme.
For sure. This is Oracle Red Bull Racing, 1,639 pieces for $230, and not going to see this one until March.
Next is set bottom left is Hermione. That's doesn't look like her. But anyway, we'll move past that.
Yeah. Oof.
Next one. Fast and Furious.
Yes, Fast and Furious Toyota Supra Mark IV, 810 pieces for $60. Not going to see this one until March.
Truck.
Truck, tipping dump truck, 462 pieces, $50. March.
Nailed it.
Brickstar's going to be excited about
Yeah, I
that.
would
It's the
say-
tipper truck. All right, and then we got an assortment here. So let's see. Let me try and match these up. Backhoe loader in the upper left, 104 pieces for $10 in January.
Cool.
Nice little build for that. Bush plane in the top middle, 333 pieces for $28 in January. And then we're getting the return of what was really quite popular, the Monster Jam sets. We had all sorts of fun, like animal-based ones. There was like the shark one was really popular.
They
the
were all
old-
based off of actual licensed.
right. So Gravedigger, I think, was the most
And then there's
popular.
El Toro was the bull, and
Right.
I don't know the shark guys.
And there was like a
Megalodon
Dalmatian
or something like that.
dog
Yep.
as well. So anyway, we've got the Digatron.
I assume that's the one on the top.
218 pieces for $28. And then in the bottom right, Thunderoris.
Yeah, that
also a
was wild.
pullback, 232 pieces for $28. So these are really popular with
Yeah,
kids.
those are really good. And plus, they're the pullbacks, which are a lot of fun.
Well, and what's nice is that, when they used to do pullbacks, they would always kind of be low flat cars to keep them stable because
this
those
will
things
flip
tend to
up,
pop.
yeah.
But they're monster trucks, so
They're
they're robust. So
supposed
it's
to be
great
right.
if they go crazy and flipping all over.
Right. Did we talk about the water
And
thing?
then I think the best one here, which I
Yeah.
read somewhere, actually supposedly according to the designer, is supposed to be kind of a Aqua Raiders homage or
Wow.
callback. I think there's like a sticker on the side that has like a numbering convention that was in line with the same numbering system that
That's
was
cool.
used for Aqua Raiders. So the Deep Sea Research sub, 413 pieces. For $40. So really nice color scheme. Love sand blue as always. This one's probably going to be coming out a little late for my current project. But I like that there's a cool, like, I don't know, what is that, like a cable spool or something that it's retrieving
Yeah,
off the bottom of the ocean? Anyway.
it looks cool.
And then the last thing I had, I don't know if we had a picture of it, was the Camaro Stingray.
I did not get that one.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Anyway,
yellow.
Chevrolet Camaro Stingray was the last
It was
one.
yellow.
Yep.
You can find it.
Next.
All right, lots of text for Ninjago. You guys
Ninjago.
can screenshot and read this off. This is all the stuff from summer, so it's just names. So and we don't even have price to part count. So if you're interested to look at these, feel free to screenshot that. But we're just gonna go past it and go to pictures of Ninjago.
Right, because we also have a ton of those.
Yeah, Zane's Ultra Combiner Mech, which is interesting.
We'd seen a blurry picture of this one
Yeah.
a while back. It's very very Voltron, very
It's exactly what it says it is, Ultra Combiner Mech, but I don't love it because it doesn't look like Zane. It just looks like several
because it's not
engines.
all white. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. It's kind of cool. It's more like a Gundam style.
It is cool.
I
I
feel like all
love
these
the
can be
wings.
customized,
Like the
yeah.
wings are wild. Those
Yeah,
are
the
so-
integration of the dragon.
Yeah, that looks sick. Looks like the dragon's like hugging it from behind.
Yeah, kind of.
Figs are cool.
1187 pieces, $100 for that one.
Yeah, great figs. The coal's in there, so
That is the top of the line here.
yeah, cool. Next one we've got is a 4+ set, but a good looking 4+ set actually.
Yep, Ninja Spinjitzu Temple, 158 pieces for $40.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah, it is what it is.
this one's cool.
Oh yeah, I do like this one.
This is cool for several
what is this?
reasons.
Dragonian Storm
Yeah.
Village. Yeah. 305 pieces for $40.
The figs in this are really good. So this guy has this really cool hat that's new. It like comes down even farther
It's
than
not the same as those like black and gold.
No, it comes
ones?
down even
Oh.
farther,
Oh, cool.
which is very interesting, and it's in dark blue. This is like a Rogue J.
Mhm.
Anyway, these crazy pieces and this spinner looking thing.
Yeah.
Those are great.
Is that some kind of bird on the right?
It's a dragon, dude.
It's a multi-piece build. I don't think it's all one mold.
The
I saw a
dragon?
close up of it. I want to say it was like a body.
and then
and
wing
then-
clips.
No, just like two standard 1x1 clips, and then the wings go into that. So I think it's like one, two. I think it's like 5 pieces.
Interesting. The
Uh,
highlight
try
here
to see
though
that.
is this shop fig in green. That's Moro.
Yeah,
He's
more
in
making a
5.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's coming back, but I'm okay with it because that fig looks great.
Yep.
So how much is that one?
I just deleted it. Let me see. $40.
Ooh, I'll
So
pick that one
yeah,
up.
nice.
All right, here you go.
Yes, Zane's Battle Suit Mech, 92 pieces, $10. Next.
3 figs though for $10.
Yeah, something doesn't seem right there. I don't know about that, especially considering that all the like Marvel mechs and Star Wars mechs were $15,
Hey,
included
it's
one
a
or two
legal IP,
figs.
dude.
Yeah, I don't
No
know.
licensing.
Maybe that one was like a euros thing, and I
Maybe.
accidentally wrote it down as dollars.
Vroom vroom.
Yes.
Pullback.
Lloyd's pullback race car, 181 pieces for $30. I mean, whatever. I feel like we've gotten this set like
We've
a dozen
gotten
times.
several. Yeah,
It's cool that it's a pullback.
Lloyd
yeah,
gets
it is cool. It is a pullback, but
Yeah.
this is cool.
Yes, this is nice. Is this?
And that's another
Rise
that
and
dragon.
Dragon's Super Storm Jet.
Yeah, Super Stormjet. 510 pieces for $50. Great price
It
point.
looks so cool. Too.
very
The
unique.
colors are fantastic.
Basically an X-wing.
But a cool X-wing.
Sure. More of those little dragons, as well as the dragon minifigures. Very nice. that
Yeah,
those are
there's
coming out
dragon
basically in every
beans,
set.
yeah.
Yep.
And then here's some spinners with some crazy parts.
Yes, let's see. This is I think this is the Dragon Spinjitzu
deleted
Battle
it.
Pack,
Whoops, my bad.
which is the Versus
It was
one.
there.
186 pieces for $20, where you get the 2 of them, and then there were 2
I had one.
individual.
I only
ones.
saw one.
Kai's Dragon Spinjitzu Spinner, and then the other one was
there you go.
Sora.
Yeah, see, there's that dragon thing.
Yes, there you go. That's the one I saw. So it looks like a body, 2 clips, and then 2 wings.
Yeah, very interesting. This part that's on the side is quite interesting. It's like a dragon face. It was in
it's
the
very
picture actually.
interesting, very different looking.
Yeah.
So that's the Kai one. The Sora one was kind of a white and pink or white and blue
that would
color
make
scheme.
sense for her
Yeah.
color scheme.
So
Aaron's
those were nice and cheap. And then last one I had was Kai's Mech Storm Rider. Did we get that one? Anyway, one more called
No.
Kai's Mech Storm Rider. You can go find the pictures for it. 333 pieces for $50.
All right, time to go dream.
DreamZzz. Right. So 3 sets coming from DreamZzz. 2 of them are surprisingly very cheap. Again, I'm not sure if these rumors are correct, but the Z-Blob Robot and Vehicle Adventures 20 in 1. Oh wait,
These are
no, sorry, this is not that. These are different.
So these were 3 we had gotten blurry pictures of. And I that was just clear.
Okay, I must not have written.
No, that's fine. So
Clear.
there's 3 sets here. One's Cooper's, one's
Cooper's
someone
Gaming
else's.
Jet.
The
Yeah,
coolest one
bunch
is the
of-
green wheels.
Yeah,
The green wheels are sick. So this is the new 3.
yes. Sorry, these were the 3 I was talking about. So Z-Blob Robot and Vehicle Adventures in the top middle, 20 in 1, which is crazy. For only $10.
Gosh, what?
Wow.
That's 20 in
20 in 1. For $10.
So that's crazy.
One of the coolest inclusions here is that Mateo is his name, I think, right? He's got it. Yeah, there it is.
I had to get a close up on that.
It's like a Futuron, but
But-
green
but-
Futuron, which only came out in that like later like city set.
Yeah,
I think. It's
right,
like
in
a
the
store.
Yeah, and it's dripping ooze.
Yeah, you get this cool melty ooze version.
So a very cool fig, actually.
Yeah, and only $10 for the set, so an easy pickup.
Right.
Bunchu's Creative Animal Adventures, also a 20 in 1.
And freaky.
Yeah, I mean, whatever, not great.
Just a weird body.
143 pieces, but also $10. Did we get a close up of that fig? I mean,
This one?
she's-
No, I didn't.
That's fine. Yeah, same thing. She's got that crazy looking hairpiece. And then our third and final one here that is new is the Cooper's Tiger Mech and Zero's Hot Rod Car.
Yeah, crazy looking set.
Yeah, and so on the tail of those 2 very cheap, easy to pick up $10 sets, we now have a 1,006 piece, $100 Dream set. So
Yeah, but look at those gladiator helmets.
Yeah, I just noticed.
and
those.
2
Those
different
are
colors.
stupid.
Yes, you get these ones with the white feathers and then ones with the red feathers.
I am super excited because I will definitely be getting some of those and making some custom figs from
For
Gladiator.
sure. It's still a little blurry here to tell how
Yeah.
much kind of fantasy they've injected into it as opposed to realism.
I can't
Right.
tell if that is red or translucent red.
It
for
looks
that other
translucent
green.
red to
Okay.
me. Yeah, I think
Gladiator.
that's translucent.
Because I'm guessing the axe head and the spear tip
Yeah.
are also transparent.
Yeah,
which is cool.
So that one maybe not be quite as
But
useful.
the other ones,
it's
are
still cool.
It's still
even
sick.
if it's
Yeah.
not
Yes.
useful.
So I like
Sure.
that they included those. Those are very cool.
Yep. That does it for dreams. Oh God! Oh, now I mentioned these a couple weeks ago because we had pictures, but
And
then
then
we
they
hadn't
deleted.
captured them. They got deleted. But here
Oh,
it
don't worry, I
is.
got them for you.
Here it is. Here's Sweetheart Tweety Bird. I think it was when Randy was on because we were talking about how cursed this looks. I mean, Tweety Bird is a pretty weird shaped dude to begin with, but man, this is really
Yeah, I
nightmarish.
have nothing good to say about that.
This is really pretty horrifying. Anyway, 412 pieces if you want to waste $30. But there you
Where
go.
are those parts?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of sculpting going on.
I guess it is bigger
There's
than I
cheeks
thought it
and the
was.
feet,
Now
and
that I
there's
look at
it's sitting on a pretty big cloud base too,
it
which
is
is
bigger than it looks.
fading
in
into
the
the
picture.
background.
Well,
Yeah.
this is a little bit better.
Yeah. Oh well. All right. That's your opinion.
I love
Anyway,
bears.
these are all coming out in January, to be ahead of Valentine's Day, basically.
Right.
So these are the Valentine's Day stuff coming out. This is Love Bears, 287 pieces for $13 coming out in January. So you
Yep.
get a nice little brown bear and a panda bear.
All right, we've got some friend sets to talk about as
A
well.
lot of friend sets.
Oh gosh, where'd that picture? You know, what, I'm gonna throw this one up while I find it. I missed a picture.
All right. This is Heart Lake City apartments and shops. Wait, actually, did I even have that one written down? I don't think I had that written down.
Well, there it is.
32 little camper van. Nope, I didn't have that one written down. I don't know what the price point is for that one. All right,
don't know,
well
it's
then
one I
here,
found.
I'll do some text-based stuff while you do that. We have a city set coming that is an off-road police chase vehicle. I don't know why this came as a standalone rumor. It seems pretty standard for a city set, but it's going to be 221 pieces for $37, and we're not going to see that one until March. And then the other sort of update to an existing rumor is that the Peely and Spark Plug set for
Saw that,
LEGO
yeah.
Fortnite is not going to be a Brickheads as previously rumored. It's just going to be a standard play set for $20. So maybe that's where that confusion came from. Was it because it was $20? People assumed it was a 2-pack of Brickheads, but it is just a standard playset for Peely and Sparkplug, and that one will not be coming out till I wrote June. Hopefully that's not a typo for January, but I don't know. That's what I wrote. So we'll stick with it. I'll trust myself.
This one here is 170 retail.
Okay.
2000 and pardon.
Yeah, I
2040.
this one. I didn't
Yeah,
really
this
see
one
that.
was kind of on its own.
Yeah, that's huge.
It's
Yeah.
a big set. I was scrolling through some stuff and saw it, and I was like, what?
Very San Francisco kind of style with
Yeah.
this very steep slope for these very kind of
I
narrow.
think it's kind of neat. Yeah,
Yeah, Friends kind of keeps coming out with the consistently good
building
small
things.
modulars kind of.
Right, exactly.
I'm waiting for Friends to launch like their own whole modular buildings line, but
It'd
we'll
probably
see.
be pretty unique.
Another larger friend set for $100, I believe, is
Yes.
the Heart Lake City Airport and Airplane, which we've gotten stuff before. This one's kind of cool though.
958 pieces for $100.
But
I don't know why they needed to call it airport and airplane. I think that
Well,
kind
because
of
there's an airport and an airplane.
Yeah, I think that was
The logo's pretty sick, actually.
logo's cool.
They
Yeah.
did well with
Shaded
that.
up
I like the
walls,
colors.
colored
Yeah.
windows and stuff.
Taxi looks strange.
Yeah,
But-
it's like a I don't know.
You gotta fit the guys in there.
Yeah, Friends baby, Friends baby.
These are weird.
That looks
man.
kind of scary.
Yeah.
Friends stroller. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
really.
This
Is there
blurry.
hair on it? Is that a hair piece?
or a hat. I
Or a-
don't know.
Oh yeah,
They're
don't
just
like.
very strange looking.
I mean, we already get the micro dolls, but this doesn't look like one of those. I don't think the head looks like a weird like baby shape. It's got the kind of chubby baby cheeks.
Yeah, it's very strange.
Yeah, I don't like this.
Yeah, not.
I'm
not
glad
my
you
favorite.
cropped that
Yeah,
out.
I was like, I got to zoom in on that.
Yeah,
So yeah, there you go.
tough.
And they're coming in several different sets, so they're making a lot of those babies.
Right. Yeah, $100 for that one.
Here you go, Daniel. Here's the rest of the ones.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rattle them off. I don't even know which ones are gonna pair with what. So let's see. Friends Guinea Pig Playground, 86 pieces for $10.
Probably this top
Probably top middle. Yeah, that looked
top
right.
middle on that one.
These are all gonna be January as well. The Candy Floss, which if you're American is called cotton candy. Candy Floss stand and
I assume
scooter.
That's the one on the left.
Yep, 110 pieces.
Oh wait, no, that's
110
one-
pieces for $10.
It's the middle here.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Autumn's Room, 222 pieces for $20.
This one here. On
Yep.
The right.
Right center, yep.
Yeah.
Paisley's Room, 199 pieces for $20.
Wait.
Upper
That's the
right.
one right above it. Yeah. don't
Minor
know.
interesting thing with that, using the Animal Crossing window there.
Oh yeah,
So
that's true. That's kind of nice.
kind of reappearance of that. Heart Lake City Sweet Shop is the
That
upper
must
left.
be the top left.
376 pieces for $30. Pet Accessories Shop.
Down here, the one that has a
Yeah,
dog's face on it.
Bottom middle left.
Yeah.
375 pieces for $40. Horse and Pet Vet Clinic,
That's the right middle
right,
bottom.
yeah.
428 pieces for $50. Friendship Treehouse Hangout.
Bottom right.
Yep, 701 pieces for $70. Restaurant and Cooking School.
Left middle.
Yeah, this one's actually not a bad looking building.
it's
I kinda
not,
like
yeah.
the style of that. I'm just so glad we're beyond the days of Friends being all white and pink and
Yep.
bright light blue.
They're
building.
real buildings.
896 pieces for $80. Friendship Camper Van Adventures,
Bottom left.
778 pieces for $60. Another one of the more unique ones, I think, Beekeeper's House and Flower Garden.
I don't think that one's on here. I did see it, but it's not on here.
Okay. 1,161 pieces for $100. So
What's the
really
other one?
a not an insignificant set. It's a really fairly large one. That one might have been a standalone picture. And then Creative Beach and Travel
Which
Suitcase.
is that one in the middle there.
Yep, 188 pieces for $30. So a whole new slate of Friends sets. Friends is not going anywhere anytime soon.
There's one city set we have a picture of. We've got a blurry picture, but here's more of a clearer picture. This
Yep.
galactic spaceship, kind of a random one. Maybe there was delay on or something with it. It's just coming out
Yeah.
apart from the other waves.
Yep.
So that good look at that.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Looks cool. Lots of new transparent black pieces, which I like to see that's coming out with more parts. So it looks like you got a big dish piece in the back, as well as some of those like half height quarter panels kind of making up that cylinder shape in the back, and only $60 for this one.
That's
Seems like a
nice.
good deal. Seems like a pretty big ship for that.
All right, here's your picture frame.
Oof, yeah, I didn't even write this down.
Yeah, it's not very exciting. Just a gift with purchase picture frame.
Oh yes, a gift with purchase. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty cool for
Yeah,
Christmas time.
It's free.
I like the little bells and the ferns and stuff.
I like the picture of the dog and the girl.
Okay,
Oh,
I don't think that comes. With
it's on the box.
yeah.
We have some Disney princess stuff.
Yeah, I didn't write these down either. Oops.
Wow, dang.
Sorry, there was so much.
There's. I mean, we're already over an hour.
Yeah. Little jewelry box, little castle. I want
Yeah,
to say
I
we'd
mean-
actually seen this castle already because I was talking about whether or not
We've seen several.
that bigger cone piece was
Actually,
also in the set.
We have seen the
Which
castle.
it definitely looks
Yeah,
satin.
it definitely does.
Yeah.
Ariel in this little. We've gotten several of these styles, and I think it's just we've gotten Ariel now.
Yep.
Best one.
There it is. This is what Joe wanted.
Oh, this is so fun. I love this guy. I want this actually.
For sure.
How much is it?
It's $40.
I definitely want it.
Yeah, I think it's okay. I think it's
566.
steep, but
$566
$566 pieces.
I mean, that's not steep.
Yeah.
It's hey, bro. It's,
Fine.
he's an
It doesn't
idiot.
seem that. It doesn't seem like he's actually that big. Maybe he's bigger than it looks.
Well, yeah, I think it's the same thing with Tweety Bird.
Yep.
Looks a lot smaller than it actually is, but great set. I mean, absolutely hilarious. And here you go. There's the other ones.
Yep, a little bit more Frozen stuff.
Still getting Frozen stuff, even though it's been a decade since the first one came out.
And then one of the last things I have that we should have pictures for is Minecraft. Did we get those pictures?
Shoot, I didn't get Minecraft.
Okay, see if,
Talk
you
about
can go,
something.
see if you can go find this real quick. I have one more text-based rumor that we'll talk about while Joe looks for
Morgan
this
said he
picture.
pre-ordered that boat snack.
Boat snack? What?
I guess you haven't seen Moana.
Oh no. Well, no, I did see it once. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
it's. I get it. I get it.
Anyway,
This one.
so we'll be getting another Super Mario direct to consumer set coming in July of 2025 for $170. So really no idea what that could be. I would say there's any number of things it can be, but it's nice to see more of these large scale Mario sets. I mean, so far we had the question block cube. We recently
NES.
had the we had the NES. We recently had the Super Mario kind of pixel art style Mario riding Yoshi, which I
Yeah,
thought
that
was
one's
really
wild.
cool. So it'll be interesting to see what they cook up next over in the Nintendo department. But it'll be a
Giant
how before we
Goomba.
see that. That'd be cool.
Goomba would be wild.
You could just get that from Bricker Builds if you want. How we coming on that? Those Minecraft pictures.
Well,
I'll throw up one more.
let's see. I'll throw one up. Load the other ones. Load you.
We're thinking.
I'm
There we
thinking.
go. Yeah, I can talk about this one for a minute. This is the Nether Lava Battle, which
It's probably the most detailed rumor we had
right,
for a $10 set.
right. So $10 set, but I was surprised that it had so many minifigures in it. Now, to be fair, some Minecraft minifigures aren't necessarily standard minifigures. So the Blaze is mostly brick built, but the Wither skeleton is great. The Strider is great. Again, mostly brick built, but still, a character. So for $10, you're getting 4 characters now. One of them
And
is
99
Alex,
parts.
but with like an angry expression.
Honestly,
Yeah,
I'm not used to that.
at
Cheers.
least it's not just the same old Alex and
Right.
Steve that we always get. So it's nice anytime they mix it up. Really,
Right.
Not bad for $10.
Yeah, for $10, that's very nice.
I mean, it's basically a beefed up, glorified polybag.
Right.
The trial chamber. This is one I was really excited to see because this is a pretty notable inclusion in recent Minecraft updates. It's a little lackluster, I think, the way that they've represented the copper and oxidized copper, just using sand green and dark orange. That's like really a key part of the trial chamber is that color
I
palette.
don't know what it's supposed to look like.
I don't know. They missed it a little bit, but I think the way they did I forgot the name of the like tornado mobs, but I think
The
it works
Windy
pretty
Boys.
well. Even though it's mostly brick built, I think it's a kind of a perfect representation using sort of the smaller size head there, just on kind of a plate built thing. Yeah, it is a good parts pack, Ben, for sure.
Ooh, shulker box in black. I missed that. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, we've gotten those in a couple different colors now, but
Are those supposed to be the mob things?
yes, that's
Because it
It's
looks like
either-
there's a little one of
it's
those
either
guys.
a
and
mob
skeleton.
spawner or it's one of the like trial chamber chests
Oh,
where you get.
well, I don't know how
loot.
this
I'm
works,
not
so.
sure. It looks like they've got one of the flick fire. Well, not flick fire
Yeah,
missiles. but
Spring
the
loaded shower. I was just looking at it. Is that transclear?
green transparent clear, which I
That's
think is probably a
really.
new color.
Oh, it's very new.
Yeah.
They've definitely never had
Um,
that before. That's
I'm
pretty cool.
surprised that the minifigure is not wielding a mace. I think that was something a lot of us were hoping for, but that may be something we see later down the line. Is a new Minecraft weapon for the mace. I can't tell what's in the little box in the front. I don't know if it's supposed to be some kind of loot, but
Oh, it's just a stud.
anyway, $34 for 322 pieces. This is Armadillo Mine Expedition.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this is boring, and then I realized there was freaking Minecraft armadillos.
Yeah, the armadillos are great. They've got a new mold for the head coming off the front. The rest appears to be brick built.
Right.
I think just out of
How they
place.
standardly are.
The tail, I think, is just one of those little 45-degree action
I think
stands.
you're right.
Yeah.
But it's perfect.
Yeah.
The Minecraft team really does a great job with representing the different mobs in Minecraft. Usually only requiring maybe one new mold.
Just usually a head. Yeah.
Yeah, a head or something, and then the rest is typically brick built.
Yeah, armadillo's crazy.
Yeah, that's great. $30 for 247 pieces.
And now to go with your big pig house, you have the baby pig house.
Yeah, kind of strange. This one seems a little redundant to me, but whatever. It's good to keep some of the same types of things that work on the shelves. But yes, baby pig house, only $20 for 238 pieces.
And last one here is I think we've gotten a mushroom
I think
house.
we
but
have as well.
Don't
I
know.
think there should have been one more. Villager Desert Patrol.
Oh, let me find that.
Yes, mushroom house here, $50 for 500 pieces, right on the dot. So literally, I mean, a perfect price per piece ratio there if you put stock in those kinds of things. But I think this one looks nice. Yeah, I can't remember if we had a mushroom house or if it was just a mushroom village or whatever. But I think it's cool. Again, it's nice that Minecraft is doing these like in the scale of something that somebody would build as a base, but it also kind of works and wouldn't be a far stretch if you wanted to convert it to just be a large scale build
Right.
of the mob.
Just kind of need to fill it in.
They've done that with the creeper, the llama house, the pig house, any of those.
Have we had that dark tan mushroom cow before?
I don't
I
believe
think that's
we've
new.
had- I
Yeah.
don't think we've had the brown mushroom before.
Also, I love the boat.
Yeah, the boats work great. And you get another
Phantom.
Phantom, which is a strange inclusion to me because I believe one of the most notable things about Mushroom Islands is that no mobs spawn on them.
Really?
Which I don't remember if that includes or excludes phantoms
Because they're night flying creatures.
because they spawn when you don't sleep. But it's again kind of a strange inclusion because that's one of the biggest things about
I
why
didn't know
people
that.
seek out Mushroom Islands is because I believe mobs don't spawn there. But anyway, it's been a while since I played Minecraft.
Yeah.
Our last one here, Villager Desert
Illager.
Patrol. Oh, sorry, Illager. My phone probably autocorrected
Yeah.
it, honestly. Illager Desert Patrol. That makes more sense anyway. $15 for 105 pieces. Pretty
Bro
strong.
looks like a cucumber.
Yeah, a little bit.
Bro's built like a 2x4.
Nice that
Lego.
it's nice that they have new skins.
Yeah. Also enchanted crossbow. Cool.
Yep. Very nice.
Yeah. Nothing crazy here.
Nothing crazy.
Cool.
That is the last thing I had.
Yeah, I do have a couple more things. These are official pictures of the
Okay.
Twitter corner
Oh yeah.
modular. This is coming January 1st, not December 1st, since we're past that, obviously. I mean, this is pretty good set. Here's the back of the box showing it mixed in with others, and it does fit. It just they're all gonna have different styles
For
as
sure.
part of the modular thing. So there's some interior pics you can find as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't see really any kind of crazy play features or anything.
Right.
Looking at the
I
clip.
There's a lot of different rooms in there. I was seeing.
Yeah, it's a lot of small rooms,
Yeah,
nothing
yeah.
like a
It-
big.
And it looks great. And I'm not gonna critique it too much because I think it's pretty. It's one of my favorites of the new ones that have come out. But I almost do wish they had made the whole building that like Tudor style with the
Yeah,
red roof and instead of having that really small like
whatever
like
that
They're like
is on the
doing
side.
that lately.
Yeah.
Like little slivers of other buildings.
and with some of them like the ones that are facing straight out, I think
Police
it makes a lot of
shop, they look
sense.
great.
But with the corner shops, it kind
Yeah.
of looks
The
weird.
Behind
police
the
station
scenes,
had one on both sides.
Which was fine because it fits in between.
Exactly.
stuff.
Yeah, I think those
I
work.
see what you're saying.
The boutique hotel had the little like art museum thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
It's
it's just because
the-
they want to like include other like shops and scenes to do different stuff with the interior.
You're probably right, and it doesn't look too bad. It
No.
just
Yeah. So that first floor was a hat shop. I want to say above that probably is the clock shop, unless that's over the main building. Something interesting that I did not that I could not tell from the initial pictures until I saw more of like an aerial view. So the first floor of the pub on the left side is actually coming out at about like a 30-degree angle.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not,
really?
it doesn't go straight.
It
You
looks
can see
cool.
it in the second picture on the right.
Wow.
So it does have a little bit of an interesting angle to it.
That's
It's not
cool.
just a
Yeah.
square build.
See that?
One random inclusion I did notice is the railing on that balcony there has pearl gold droid legs, which is kind of interesting.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Interesting new piece there.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's kind of. Oh yeah, I see that. That's sick.
Yep.
And this is the gift with purchase, the corner kiosk.
Yes.
So there's
Yeah.
that.
I mean,
Look,
yeah.
little gumball machine's fun.
Now with the gift with purchases for modular buildings, what was it last year? They're typically like
Moving
vehicles and things, aren't they?
There's
We
the
got the
moving
moving truck.
We've
No,
got.
that was with the Jazz Club.
You're right.
What was last year?
What was last year? What was last year's modular? The Natural
Museum.
History Museum.
Did it come? Was there like a taxi or something?
No,
Was
the
it
taxi
vehicle?
was older. Or
I don't
maybe no. Someone will know.
I feel like they're typically vehicles. This one's like a structure though, so I don't know
Hmm.
how you're meant to like incorporate that.
Right.
I don't know if there's like a spot for it on the build or if you just kind of are supposed to set it next to it. I don't know. It's kind
But
of interesting.
either way, it is nice that they mix it up.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that they always give you something special.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
That's finally all the Lego news.
That is our mega news day.
That was mega. A
That was
couple
pretty mega.
store things is our Black Friday sales have been extended. So
Yeah.
instead of ending on Cyber Monday, we've extended them to end tomorrow night. So if you haven't taken advantage of the sales, or you have and you want more, go do it
actually
now.
do it.
Yeah, you can do it online or you can come in store. All of the sales are still the same, so up to 30% off on all products.
Yep.
Pretty huge.
Really good deals. Now's the time to get it. These are the
All right,
best deals.
Daniel, you got anything to show us?
Oh yeah, we'll do a quick show and tell here. Oh god. Oh,
Oh gosh,
Oh.
Daniel.
there
Oh,
you go.
all right, guys. Daniel is gone.
Let's see what I got for show and tell. I haven't even opened this yet. These could be a disaster in here.
Yeah, show and tell for Daniel.
I was staying at Joey's while I was in Orlando.
Yeah, take your
and,
mic out. The mic can pick you
I
up.
stayed at his house on they had me for Thanksgiving dinner and I stayed. So we were up till midnight, of course, on Black Friday. And I wasn't gonna buy this, but he talked me into it. Just kind of get all this out of here. Yeah. It's Black Friday, so it's so hard to turn down. There were so many gift with purchases. So got the record player,
Which is nice.
got the Christmas train. I'll probably be trading both of those in today.
Fair.
Got the lifeboat. I guess I'll keep that
That
one.
one's good. You gotta keep it.
And then this one's in another box inside, but you know what it is. It's the
endurance ship.
it's the endurance ship. So you know, of course, Black Friday. You get here. Just check this over there somewhere. There were so many stackable things. So you have the two base gift with purchases. The gift with purchase specific to that set. They were offering the like $5 off
For
VIP
75%.
thing. You could get 3 of them for 75% off. So you basically got $15 off for less than the price of what's
Yeah.
normally $5 off. Then I just redeemed a bunch of points for you know, some extra money
Right.
off. Oh, and then actually, wait, was there one more thing in there? I might have to write to customer service. I got oh, it is in there?
Yeah.
Oh, good. And then I redeemed a VIP gift. None of them were great, but
Well, that was not
the
bad.
best one out of the bunch, I think, was the Black Seas Barracuda. The other one was like the Marine Chronometer, but
That one's not that
it
good.
wasn't very good. So I went ahead and got this one. So
Yeah.
I was absolutely
this-
maxing it out.
For getting that and money off, all this.
I got all of this for the price of just the polar ship.
Yeah, which is
The
very
retail
nice.
price of the polar ship.
Very
You
cool.
know, with some extra deals and money off.
Good call.
So yep. Yeah, went ahead and did it. I should make some of my money back. by
Right,
trading
trading.
these in. So,
Cool. Well, that's all we
That's
got.
my show and tell. But thank you all for joining us
Yeah,
for this very
sticking with us.
long. What did we go, like an hour and a half here?
Yeah.
Very lengthy morning break here on this mega news day. Hopefully that covers pretty much all of the stuff for
There
at
was
least the
all-
first couple
yeah.
months of January. I'm sure we'll see more pictures for some of those March and June sets coming out later. But thank you all for joining us and sticking it out. Please, please, please hit that like button if you've not done so already. It really helps us out. It's free and it's easy to do. But coming up later this week, tomorrow,
Oh gosh,
I
this is
forgot about
huge.
this. This is the finals, the championships,
For tank battles.
the grand finale
Yeah.
for Tank Battles Season 1, where the Dol Guldur Dragons will be winning against the
Galactic Griefers.
Griefers.
Yes.
Yes, that's right. So be sure to come out and support us right here on the channel tomorrow
Right.
at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. We'll be live streaming the Tank Battles Championships. And then Saturday, we will have a Between the Studs coming out. And
Friday store tour.
Friday store tour, yes, that'll be Friday at 1 p.m. with Ella. And that should do it for this week. So
Yeah.
I hope you all have a great rest of your Wednesday. Thank you all for joining us. See you later, everybody.
See you guys.
Bye. Gotta find the background. Bye.